These days, we expect big tentpole releases to have both great gameplay and a well, or at least competently written story. But there are a lot of games that, due to some sort of budget or focus deficiency, end up having a massive gap between the quality of the gameplay and the quality of the story. You hear about this gap most often when the game has an incredibly well done narrative with somewhat weak gameplay mechanics. But today we're looking at a game that has it the other way around. Before it came out, I expected to absolutely hate Bulletstorm. The approach that their marketing team took was to alternatively scream in your face and parody video games like Call of Duty and Halo. By the time it came out, I was thoroughly disinterested. And the game's writers seem to be similarly confused as to what the game wants to be. It swaps back and forth between trying to be serious and introspective to throwing a whole bunch of obscenities at the wall, an odd combination, and seeing what sticks. And it makes the marketing seem a bit less insane. What else were they going to do with this narrative? What I think the marketing should have focused on, and what makes this game interesting to this day, is its gameplay. During the initial narrative and flashback bits of the game, Bulletstorm seems to be, for all intents and purposes, a pretty generic first-person shooter. But after you acquire a device called the Leash, the game gets really interesting. This wrist-mounted device not only allows you to yank people towards you like its name might suggest, but also implements the game's most valuable mechanic, skill shots. This system gives you points depending on how you kill people, along with bonus points if that method of execution is new. There's a huge database of these for you to go through, and it's a whole lot of fun to try and get all of them. But beyond being fun, it also encourages variety in a way that so many shooters fail to do. For most FPSs, I'll find the one gun I like, then use it in the exact same way for the entire campaign, unless I run out of ammo and forced to pick something else up. But with skill shots, I found myself constantly using different weapons in ways that I never would have even thought to use them, without the lengthy list describing all the different ways I can murder people. Now, I do wish there was something a little more substantial to spend those skill points on. You can upgrade weapons, but it feels kind of inconsequential. Granted, you need to reward the player without punishing players too much for not participating, but I would have very much liked to see some sort of talent tree, something that mechanically modifies the game, allowing for even more skill shots. Still, the system that actually does exist is absolutely worth a look, especially if you've been interested in the concept behind games like The Club that reward varied shooting with point values. Because the difference with Bulletstorm is not only is the concept good, but the shooting you need to do in order to meet those requirements is actually fun. Bulletstorm performed quite miserably in the market, probably thanks to its horrendous marketing. So, used copies are cheap, and I would highly recommend buying the console version of this game, despite its frame rate deficiencies, because the PC version uses Games for Windows Live, a service that still sort of works now, but honestly could disappear at any moment. Every Friday, I look at games that were ignored when they came out, or have been forgotten since. Games that people have missed. If you like that idea, be sure to subscribe so you can see the latest videos. If you like this video in particular, be sure to hit that like button. If you have any suggestions, be sure to send me a message, and thanks for watching.